So when I started writing I Love My Love, I remember I had always wanted to write a book. I was still in college and I would always tell myself I need something to fall back on, even though writing has always been my passion. I've been writing since I was 11. I remember one day my dad was watching HBO and he was watching the Def Jam poetry series. And I just remember sitting there and there was two poems that I felt like I connected to so much. And I just remembered after that day I was always searching for a new artist, a new poet. And I told myself if I ever take this seriously, if I ever really decide to be a writer, I want to be able to make people feel the way that I felt when I was listening to certain writers. And so what was funny was I started at 11 and of course they were super awful. I don't even remember what I was talking about at that point. But I remember once I turned 13, it was my freshman year in high school, and I got in trouble because I wasn't paying attention to what my teacher was telling me. She was like, "What are you doing?" And then I was like, "I'm writing." And then she was like, "But you're not doing the assignment." And I was like, "But I'm still writing, and this is English class, so I shouldn't be in trouble for this." And she took my notebook and I guess she read it and she was like, "You can really write, you're really good at this." I've been trying, I've been writing since I was 11 years old, and already at that point in my life, I was super into Maya Angelou, and I was so obsessed with Oprah's and what she's done for herself in her entire career. So I told myself I wanted to be a writer. I told myself I was going to be an author, so I would read one book a day. My parents, once I told them that I wanted to be an author, they told me that I had to read one book a day, and at the end of each week I had to give them a book report on it. And so when they realized I was taking myself serious, they let me start going into actual poetry slams. And this started at 15, and then I started writing music at 16, and then once I graduated high school and I took a year off because I thought I wanted to do music, I realized I don't like working for other people. I always want to work for myself. So 1 year into me being in school, in college, I hated it. And I realized that a lot of the professors don't understand their students. And I was definitely that student. And I realized that when I was taking a short storytelling class, and I was writing all of these pieces, and I always wrote them in such a poetic form. And they were like, "This is not how you're supposed to write." And I was like, "But this is the type of writing I write. I'm writing my own short stories." And then that's when I realized I'm just gonna drop out and do it my way. So then I did. So then I just had went through a breakup. The way we broke up was he basically told me that I was holding back. I didn't have any real long-term goals in life. And he said that he couldn't ever see me doing anything basically that was successful because of how into him I was. I was never into myself. So then after that conversation and after I realized that I didn't want to be in school anymore, I told myself and I promised myself that I was going to do something that didn't even just show him, but that showed me that he was wrong. And literally we broke up in November, and in January I dropped out of school and I started writing, and my book was complete in August, and then I was dealing with publishers, and then I realized this is such a personal journey to me that I want to do this by myself. And so anyone who's going through any type of situation, whether you're an artist, whether you're a poet, whether you're a singer, an actress, an athlete, whatever, you should always look to yourself first, because nobody knows you the way you know you. Nobody sees the vision that you do for you. So whenever you have any type of dream, just pursue it, because the only person that's keeping that dream from you is you. And that I really feel that way, because I really feel if anybody wasn't supposed to make it, I wasn't supposed to make it. I've been through a lot, and like to see where I am in my life right now, it really shows that like there is a God that really is on your side as soon as you become on your side. And I really just feel like that's how I came to a term of like knowing that I am responsible for my own actions, and if I want better, then I have to do better for myself. And that's it.